Hi friends and fellow intuitive academics, my name is Shelly and I am an educator healer, and on this channel I draw from my lived experience as a PhD and my intuition to offer you guidance on your life path and your academic journey if you're on one. And today I wanted to do a 111 November 1st reading. It's coming up at the time of this recording, and it's a and it's a new moon in Scorpio on this November 1st. And so I had the idea to pull out 3 cards from the Starseed Oracle deck to try out if it felt like the right fit to do this kind of reading. And the 3 cards I pulled out very much felt like the right fit. And so I wanted to go ahead and do the 111 message with these cards here. So take a minute and kind of tune in to the imagery, the emotions they're invoking, and maybe I want to say today the sense of motion you're feeling, motion or stillness that you're feeling with each of the cards, and that will help draw you to your reading. Pause the video if you need to, and I'll see you ahead in your reading. Hi, reading one. So you were drawn to the double mission card, which says Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you. And I am super drawn to this bubble. It looks like a bubble at the top, and I never really noticed it in this way before. But this is really standing out to me today for your reading. This pink kind of iridescent bubble with this bright star in the middle. It's giving me kind of like childlike vibes, like bubble gum and marbles, and just something very kind of alluring because it's shiny and it's attractive, and there's just this joy in pursuing it, whatever it is. But I also feel like with the energy of this card that it's something that you're creating in the world. You're creating this bubble of mystery that's joyful and alluring and fantastical. And I want to say it's the energetic visualization of the work that you're bringing to the world, the work that you're doing here energetically. Which brings us back to the description here. Lightworker Starseeds, serve the world by being you. Whatever you're just doing on your own, I feel like you've given a lot of thought to who you are in the world and kind of the print, the energetic print that you want to leave on people's lives. That's the thing that is actually amounting to so much energy, so much. And just think of it this way, it's almost like its own world onto itself, its own galaxy. So this is I really feel that the energy here, that like the message is that it's something you're not starting on, something you've really been crafting and feeling like assured in maybe your whole life, but definitely since you were younger. It's kind of this, maybe you carry it as like a life purpose that maybe you don't share with people, but it's almost just like innate within you. You don't question it. You feel like you're meant to act a certain way or do certain things on earth, and it's just creating this magnificent impact on earth. So I want to get more message here. So why is this coming up now with the 111? I wonder if there's something kind of important going on now. Violet flame, burning away what's no longer needed. 23. Burning away what's no longer needed. 23. In a recent reading I did, this I think this card exactly, both of them actually came up. That's kind of weird in the recent reading. And the number 23 kept coming up. And so in that reading, I mentioned November 23rd as a significant date. So I see that relevant for you too. You might look to November 23rd to something key happening there. And I really feel like it's a heads up of this is the way kind of the river is shifting, and kind of like the flowers here, the petals here, you'll be kind of swimming along in the current. It's nothing that you need to kind of, it's not like it's a train you need to catch or anything like that. It's just kind of a heads up of like, okay, we're off, we're going somewhere. Collectively, you're not alone in your convictions of the presence that you feel that you want to put on earth. There are multiple of these. They almost look like seeds, right? Because this is a lightworker star seed. Almost looks like seeds being planted. It makes me think of dandelions where the seeds fly so that they can disperse and take root elsewhere. Whoa, that's what's happening. You might literally be taking root elsewhere, and it's part of this bigger scheme of the energetic, the spiritual work that you're doing. Whether you frame it as spiritual work or not, it's what we're talking about here is kind of just like the impact that you have on your communities, on the people around you. That's the work that we're talking about. The innate kind of way of being in the world. It could also be the way you're thinking. I kind of feel that with the figure's expression here. The way that you think in the world is part of that seed that you're planting as well. Okay, so let's keep going. I want to pull a couple more oracle cards and then bring out the tarot. So this is your path may be bumpy, but this will alter soon, number 29. So maybe you're experiencing some bumps right now, and with this notice, November 23rd, that might be where the path smooths out and you're taken to calmer shores. Yeah. It makes me feel of this like the bumps along the road where there's this like transition period, but you know it's temporary and you know it's just part of the path to get to where you're going. It's just that like somebody somewhere didn't develop this road, and that's why it's a little bit bumpy. And just to think of whatever's going on in your life that feels chaotic in that way, it's just bumps along the road, and it's not the end of your journey. Like there's more to come and there's smoother road ahead. Number 32, escapist. Come home to yourself. Interesting. More cards about leaving, moving with the escapist card, but also like the sense here is you're escaping some kind of bumpy situation. Possibly this is all happening kind of immediately. So I see now why this card has come up for you to set the theme for your message is that it's very much planned. It's very much a part of your whole purpose, your sole purpose being here. So like if it feels chaotic, it's not just random chaos. It's just shifting the direction to put you like these seeds flowing in the wind to put you in the right place where you need to be planted. Because it says here, come home to yourself. So I very much get the sense that you are really, as I said before, taking root, creating home in some way. So there's a lot of, I feel a lot of anticipation for you for this next step. There's like a sense of something that you've been idealizing or dreaming about. Like there's really this feeling that you're going there right now, like you're heading there. I'm going to get your tarot cards now. What can our reading one be guided by as they're making this shift on their mission, their double mission in the world, taking root, planting their star seed in the world around them, possibly navigating a bumpy road, escaping something, some kind of bumps in their life, but coming home to themselves in the end. Two of Pentacles, interesting. This is the card of balancing some kind of feeling of things kind of being chaotic, but only chaotic because maybe they're unfamiliar and you're not used to balancing these types of tasks at the same time, but you do have it within yourself to be able to do that. Eight of Pentacles, this is all about honing your craft. So this shift in your life is going to help you in becoming an expert in something, becoming known for your skills, your finesse, and your expertise in something, that whatever you've been working on so far. Five of Swords. So here is that kind of more dramatic energy that you might be escaping. It looks to be a win-lose situation. We're kind of like, it's kind of not the people per se, but it's like the situation that forces people into a winner-loser position that is just not working for you anymore. Oh, interesting. With all this motion, you then get the Patient Witch or the Hanged Man. And this one says, learn to get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. Yeah, so when I did the introduction, I was channeling this sense of feeling into the motion of things or the stillness of things. And that's kind of crazy that this is the entire theme of your reading. I wonder if it's going to come up in the other readings too. But you have all this motion and kind of chaos energy. And then you get the Patient Witch, which says learn to get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. And coming back to your original card, the Double Mission card, it makes me think that this is a key lesson that you can master at this time to help get you through these sorts of life situations, that when there's chaos, you can be still and be contained within yourself and just let everything kind of sort itself out around you and not be swept away by it. You can retreat into your room and take a breather and care for yourself and know that everything's going to be all right when you open the door again and the dust has settled. It's really that kind of message of letting the dust settle on its own and you just like focusing on your craft, because it's so important. And yeah, part of what you're mastering now is keeping the focus on that craft, on the work that you're doing. Romance. So romance is part of this situation. I'm going to ask for more information on the romance. So to clarify the romance card, you have the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles reverse. Interesting. This is so interesting that these all came up together. So for me, very clearly, it's the Three of Cups with the Three of Pentacles is about work-life balance. Maybe not working so hard so that you sacrifice your social life and your connections, your friendships, but also your romantic partnerships and relationships there too is landing on the Two of Pentacles. So what is the message about the work-life balance, particularly also with the partnerships? I'm gonna come in here. Home, again, that sense of home. This is really your mission now. I think that you've been working hard for a long time perfecting your craft. And the message here is that you can kind of let the gas off of that now. You're in a good place. You can coast a bit with your craft, with honing your craft. I think you've kind of gotten into a mode of where you just need to you feel like you need to up level, and there's no end to it. But your message here is that you're at a good level now. Just kind of coast on that and focus on rooting yourself. Focus on making that home, because that's really, that came out before of you. It came out where here, coming home to yourself. And it came up in the initial message of kind of your life moving in a new direction so that you can take root and make home. What deck haven't I gotten yet? I'm gonna finish off with some more cards here. Ooh. The Snail and Huckleberry, Trust in the Invisible. 41. Yeah. There really is, I feel like trust is key here. And also invisible. So things happening in the background, like I said in the beginning, to shift you into the right direction that you need to be. I love that it's the snail with the home, because the snail has its home on its back, right? So it's almost like, consider home in that way, kind of like this card, finding home, coming home to yourself, when the snail, the home on its back. Think of ways in which you cultivate home within you. And there's definitely an emphasis on your friendships and your romantic partnerships being the home within you rather than your job. Maybe you've been thinking of your career as your home, and your guidance is encouraging you to shift the energy in the other way towards your connections, your friendships, and your partnerships. And trust in that. That's taking you somewhere, even if it feels slow, almost imperceptible, that's really taking you to where you need to be. So that is your complete message for 111. I'm wishing you so much love on that journey and hoping you continue to work with love as well. Thank you for any likes, shares, subscribes, and thank you for sharing your energy for me to read on this channel. If you were drawn to another card in that pick a card section, I will see you in that reading, and if not, I'll see you next time. Hi, reading 2. So we're getting your 111 message today, and you have the golden children. Inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. And it looks like your inner child and you are part of this collection of golden children. It's not really about just you is the message. It's about you uniting with the other golden children. I'm looking at this kind of rainbow. Looks like a rainbow on ice. So it's making me think of the northern lights being important here. As some kind of portal energetically, and I'm seeing this as like a time marker. So something key happening in the shifting of the northern lights is signifying some energy shift that is important to you as one of these golden children. And there's something about you kind of bringing your rare gifts into the world with that kind of childlike quality, that tenderness, that innocence is the gift that you're bringing to the world. There's a part of you that has kept that safe, the magic of that safe all this time, and now it's like safe for you to plant that in the world and let it grow and spread that tenderness and innocence throughout the world, because it's definitely needed at this time. There's really something timely coming through about your reading, and sort of like an activation happening, but also a unification with other golden children around you. So I think you're going to start feeling drawn to people, connected to people in strong ways, in joyful, like childlike ways, and this is a beautiful time for you, and you can just embrace that and let yourself be guided by the inner light in other people. Let yourself be kind of attracted by that. So as I'm saying that, I'm actually reaching for the nearest tarot to me, and it's the cat tarot. So I think this is just super fitting to follow up on our childlike tenderness and innocence, call back into those seeds. And Mocha crashing our reading too. She's still here. She's right next door, so oh, now she's gonna come back. Mama, no! We need space, love. Okay, so for your tarot cards, you are getting the sun. Was so beautiful. That is that childlike innocence and joy just radiating, and I feel that here too with the sun here. I just feel like it's almost like you're pieces of the sun, and when you come together, it's like you're creating the whole, the warmth of the sun again. This is really like something you're doing in the world at this time, and like all you have to do is like show up and enjoy and connect with people, and it's generating this beautiful sun energy in the vicinity around you. This is the, what is that, 6 of Cups. So cute. This is 6 of Cups in reverse. That's so fitting that you're getting the 6 of Cups here, because that is also about childhood and nostalgia. And so typically there are children represented in the tarot deck, the typical tarot depictions. There's a child like riding horseback in the sun card. There's 2 children, like one slightly older child giving another child, younger child, like I think it's a flower. Yeah, and the message here is just kind of like the beauty of selfless connection, of giving to one another as a child. Like, I get the message of you taking up that energy of the older child here, you being the one to set the example for others in the world, to bestow that selfless gift, that meaningful gift. It's just a flower, right? And but it means so much, making that gesture, giving it, teaching the younger generation how to continue giving to each other through the years. That's really a key part of your message here. With the 6 of Cups in reverse, I'm getting this interesting message of like unleashing, unboxing the 6 of Cups. So a lot of times it's kind of like I said, memories, nostalgia, and now you're being called to like not leave them as memories anymore, but to see those as life lessons again that you can embrace now, and bring that kind of way of life back into how you live in your world as an adult now. 7 of Wands and Two of Cups reversed. So you've had some struggles with connecting with others in the recent past, or like say in your adulthood. I would say this message is coming to you now because this is a slightly like separate sentence, you could say, because of some struggles over connections in your past, particularly with people overstepping your boundaries, or you not being able in some way to defend yourself or make boundaries for yourself. And that has put you in a situation of mistrusting others and unable to hold those interpersonal connections even though you want to. This is definitely something that's changing with this new energy here. That your life is full of potential connections now, like however you want to see that manifesting, and in all the ways that you want to see that manifesting. Like, we're not just talking about romantic love and partnership. It's about intergenerational, like connecting with your children and your extended family, connecting with your animal companions and your neighbors and community members. All sorts of ways of connecting are like have the potential to be revitalized here. And it's kind of just a matter of you kind of accepting that, okay, things can change and they're changing now for me, for you. I'm gonna get some more oracle cards. I want to get one card to clarify this message about your past misconnections. Light cleanse. This keeps coming up in readings. That's incredible. Clearing stuck energy, number 17. So there is some stuck energy from difficulties in making connections, but also setting your own boundaries and people overstepping your boundaries, that has created some stuck energy in your interpersonal kind of relationships. And this is just denoting a wave that's going to help clear out that stuck energy. Like, honestly, it's kind of like the message of you just catching the wave, just standing in the wave of that energy and letting it do its thing. I want to get a message here to clarify the childlike power, the childlike energy in the immediate future. Oh, sundress, and you have the sun card. Do it for you, number 41. I want to read the description of this card, but first I'm feeling, isn't it incredible? It looks like she's basking like in the energy, like I was just saying, but she's wearing a sundress in the snow, and it looks like there's snow here too. It's kind of like there's no atmosphere that's too cold for this energy to come and get you unstuck. Like, even if you feel like you're in a hopeless case, like it's gonna come for you. It's going to sweep you up in its embrace also. You don't have to feel like you're too much or your problem is too difficult. It's like you can just hand this over to this energy wave that's coming. Okay, I'm gonna get sundress. When it comes to healing and recovery, make sure you're doing it for yourself, not for somebody else. Becoming too dependent on other people will only end in disappointment. People leave, friends drift, family members become estranged. Your reason needs to be bigger than them. And believe it or not, you are important enough to be that reason. Interesting, because we're talking about disappointment over connections, and the message I'm feeling after reading that description is the most important connection that maybe you've been missing out on is connecting to yourself and prioritizing yourself. And once that's in place, all other connections will be righted, will be able to fit into your life the way they need to. It's just kind of like a message of being a little bit out of balance with that. Carry the torch for others to see. Wake up the world. Number 47. It looks like another sun, right? Yeah. I mean, like, it's just kind of coming in the same way that you are going to, I can say it this way too, you're going to be shining a light. I don't know if you can see it that well here, but it's like these golden children are all in light. You're going to be shining a light that attracts other golden children. And once I said this before, once you're all together, then together you shine more bright for the light to go further and to attract more people. And you're stepping into a leadership in that way, a very kind of beautiful collective sort of leadership where you lead by connecting with others, with gifting a simple flower, by showing those gestures in the world. That's your leadership. And then by forging those connections, that's your leadership too. It's not necessarily about like standing on your own as a solitary leader. It's really about embracing yourself on your own for who you are and connecting with others, accepting who they are. And that is the leadership that happens in that way. Mother. Interesting that this is landing right on the golden children. This is like kind of... Okay, for everyone, the message here is think intergenerationally. Think of the connections and the bonds that are transferred from generation to generation. And this is not just bloodline. This is you, like we said in the Six of Cups card, passing on that love, that nurturance, those values to the next generation, whether you're a teacher or however that's coming forward. Maybe you're writing like children's books, inspiring the next generation. There's something key about like parental age and children age and passing down knowledge, passing down that gift is what's coming through. Passing down the gift, which is this energy, this like gentle energy that you carry. And then side message for people who are like becoming parents right now, your children are a part of this golden children collective. Like however that information helps you, that's coming in too. Okay, I feel like I've been staring at this tarot deck. The Tarot for the Great Outdoors. I just want to get one card from here. Okay, how many cards is this? We'll take them, okay. So you're having another message here. 3 of Stones, Justice, 7 of Stones reverse, and the Emperor reverse. So this is in the area of your work and career also. The work that you do, uncovering hidden gems. There's another way of building in the world that's not what you're used to, not what we're used to. This is like another leadership message. Yeah, this is like working together collaboratively is going to take more priority over being the emperor, being the solitary leader. Also, the 7 of Stones reversed. This is the 7 of Pentacles. You're also diverging from this way of working, step by step, waiting for harvest, like the sequence of that kind of work is also what we're letting go of, or you are. And things are happening much faster. So it's like letting go of a traditional way of doing work in the world, like say this is a CEO, and then, or you like climb the ladder. Yeah, this is like climbing the ladder and working your way up. It's a lot more horizontal. It's going to be a lot more horizontal, and this is going to suit you just well. This is kind of like what you were made for. And the Justice card, there's like, the center of this message for me is the Justice card. I'm trying to like feel it, because I'm feeling here that sense of the work going a lot faster, coming together very quickly because there's a collectivity working on it together. It comes together really fast. And it's like there's just something else hanging there. What is... I'm gonna get one more card. Can you clarify the Justice? Knight of Blades in reverse. You see this card looks like it's just like throwing a bomb into the middle just for the fun of it. I don't know. I actually don't really know what's going on here. But Knight of Blades, Knight of Swords, it's about communication, swift action. With the Justice, clarifying the Justice cards, it's like there's a lot more deliberate and intentional communication and action being done in this collective, more horizontal type of work. It like maybe words mean, people mean what they say rather than saying things that persuade. Yeah. And this is what I'm feeling. Words mean what people mean what they say, and that's that sense of restored justice with how this work happens. I think because of the setup of this more horizontal collective type of work, there's more opportunity for people to be honest, to say what they mean and not just throw truth bombs, to deliver it in a way that really carries and that helps the collective kind of go forward. Yeah, so this is manifesting in like the work that you do, in your, however you're seeing that in your, if you're a student or in your career, like it's you're going to see kind of a shift in how people want to do things going forward. That's going to be faster. It's not going to be like this typical climbing the ladder, getting promoted, but like the output is so much greater than it ever was. It's almost like this was slowing us down before. I want to get one more card for like an outcome. Let's do the Sacred Medicine. Or outcome, or a final message to carry for our reading too. Medicine Rites Accomplishment, number 12. Winter Solstice Bear, number 34. And Shawl Dancer Wild, number 10. I'm so excited that Winter Solstice came out. That's my birthday. It's very meaningful to me. So that's around December 21st. Something key is going to be shifting. You do have a lot of snow imagery from your reading. It's really like you're gaining your powers. at this time through your connection, your powers of connection, everything we talked about before. So your final message is a timing message to just kind of like dance into this moment from now into the winter solstice. You're passing through that portal, through that rite, to become a healer in the world. And I see this dancer as you dancing, you like drawing in that beautiful energy that we talked about in the beginning. Yeah. So that's your timing card, and that's your complete message. And I'm wishing you so much love on that journey, hoping you continue to work with love as well. Thank you for any likes, shares, subscribes. Thank you always for sharing your energy on the channel for me to read the cards. If you're drawn to another card in the pick a card section, I'll see you there, and if not, I'll see you next time. Hi, reading 3. So we're asking for your message, your 111 message, open to whatever comes through, and you have been drawn to the Forge Don't Follow card. Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. So definitely new journey, new world, and leadership possibilities coming through strong in your message already. I love that there's like 2 worlds here, and it's almost like you don't know which world the figure is dreaming of and which path they're forging. Is it this world? Is it that world? I feel like that's coming through, and I'm being drawn to a very faint rainbow in the horizon here. It makes me think of the 10 of Cups, like fulfillment. You being fulfilled, but also being able to bring fulfillment to a community or your family or collectivity in some way beyond just you. Right when I started, like when I turned on the camera to do your reading, I caught the scent of nothing that's around me and nothing that I've smelled for a long time, but it's like, I forgot what it's called. It's from my childhood. I think it's called sakura mochi. It's like cherry blossom mochi, which we had during the springtime festival. So I forgot if this is maybe like March or April months. So I think that's a timing message for you. That March and April, around then, or the springtime, however that fits into where you're located at, is pretty important for this message. It's timing in here. So that's just like a few months from now, about like 5 to 6 months from now. Whenever you're watching this, that it could be a message of that timing as well. But for people who are kind of hitting this around or just before spring of 2025 is a key time for you in this message. And it's a very sweet message too. I mean, because it's not just any springtime memory that came to me. It was one of like a rice treat, Japanese rice treat. So yeah, something very sweet, something very, there's something important that you're carrying from the past into the future. The way that you're forging and not following something that was like almost extinct, almost forgotten, but you kept safe. You found value in this. And like this could be, I'm not necessarily talking about something physical. I'm talking more about something like an experience, a belief, an act, a way of behaving or treating other people, or morality. There's something that you have preserved and contained, and you're bringing it through. For example, if you grew up in the time before digital things like me, There's something important, I feel like, for our generation as kind of like the last generation who remembers a time that we weren't online all the time. There are like important lessons that we learned from that time that the next generations don't have the opportunity to experience. So, for example, just like learning to make a game out of the things around you that you have in your vicinity, like even if it's stuff that you find like in the garden or the park, being able to be creative and make do with what you have around you. I think that there's not so much opportunity nowadays as there has been in the past to have to like learn to distract yourself with what you have around you. So like this is an example of one of those things that you're carrying from the past to the future, and it's very important. It's more important than it sounds like on the surface. I think it's we don't think of it as important because we've kind of been enchanted, like say by technology, to think of that as the only worthwhile progress or definition of progress and change. But you've always thought differently, even if it's the voice of the minority, and this is going to become relevant for you to kind of like blossom and give to others through your leadership going forward. Yeah, okay, so that was a lot from your first card. Let's go ahead and get the rest of your message. We'll start with your tarot cards. I thought tarot for the great outdoors would be good since you're forging and not following a new adventure. Okay, so your message, you're actually getting another little break here. So this will be your first message, and then you have another message here, which will take in a second. Ooh, Devil in reverse. Huh. Temperance in reverse. Interesting. Justice in reverse. Two of Stones. So you have 3 major arcana all in reverse, and then you have the Two of Stones, Two of Pentacles here. So you're really keeping something keeping something in balance that's more than just affecting your life. It's affecting the broader energies of like the collective at this time. You have some sort of ability in your leadership to keep this balance, find a solution in the chaos. This is interesting. I think this is speaking to the times right now. So none of these are a dominant energy. All of these are in flux. So the Devil card is kind of like the, not like the literal devil, but like the things that might hold us back, keep us trapped, cause us fear, cause us obsession and addiction, dependency. Things that, keep us small and hold us back is represented in the Devil card. But that, because it's in reverse, it doesn't have the upper hand right now. Temperance is kind of like, it's actually like speaking to like finding an inner balance to do with a lot of these energies that you find in the Devil card. But within yourself, like, it's almost like overcoming the self, transcending the self. I've never read it that way, but that's what I'm feeling right now. That's also not in the dominant energies either. And then finally the Justice card, like a personal, individual, but also collective justice. I'm feeling the phrase restorative justice come in. That also is not a dominant energy right now. And it almost feels like it can be any of these, it could be any of their game. So at some point, one of these will come out as the dominant energy. And until that is resolved. It's like you are helping to keep safe harbor in the chaos. You're helping to shelter people through the storm. You have the tools and the knowledge for how to do this. Interesting. I'm just going to leave it there. I want to leave it open. So like however that's landing for you. And then we get your second message. Knight of Vessels in reverse. That's the Knight of Cups in reverse. The World. And Queen of Vessels. A lot of water in the second message. A lot of earth in the first. Yeah, you're leading people towards the end of this shift. There's the rainbow again in the distance. Woo! Rainbow in the sun here too. Yeah, you're like this Queen of Vessels energy leading people in the world to the end of this cycle onto the next path, paving a new path to the next world. Actually, I think I want to read you this description now. I think there's a lot more in that could add in. Let me check in the Knight of Vessels reverse. You're also helping people kind of like grow up, let's say, or mature from the Knight of Vessels reverse to the Queen of Vessels. So the Knight of Vessels in reverse is kind of like impulsive, infatuated, but like not committed, maybe a little bit destructive in their affections. So it gives me this energy of like following trends and following fads and the next best thing, always chasing after the next best thing, the next emotional high. That's what I'm getting from the Knight of Vessels energy. And that's like not you, but like people that you're helping, people in the world more broadly. Kind of like, because it's landing on the Devil card, it's like this is a fixation, like the devil energy that they're trapped in, chasing that next emotional high. But you forge a new path and lead people towards being able to end that world vision for themselves, by being kind of like the navigator, the creator of their own emotional fulfillment with the Queen of Vessels. It's kind of like that message I was getting in the beginning, like where you take the things around you to make yourself entertained, to make yourself happy, make do with what's around you. It's metaphorically, it's like you're able to teach people to graduate, to mature from that Knight of Vessels to that Queen of Vessels energy, which is you're able to kind of like appreciate, yeah, is coming through. Appreciation is very key. Teaching people to appreciate the world around them. It's like people don't know how to appreciate the people you're working with, the people you're specifically here to help. They don't know how to appreciate what's in the world around them. You could be like, say, like a nature guide, like leading people on nature hikes, like city people who don't know how to appreciate the things they're seeing around them. Like, naming the leaves and the stones and like teaching people, the intricacies of the environment. You could be like giving people that vision, giving people that language so that they can stop and take in and like kind of savor what's around them and be fulfilled by it in that way. And that way they don't have to keep chasing for like the next like thing that they're gonna see on social media that makes them laugh. They don't have to depend on external things to make them happy. Okay, so those are great starting messages, and like there's so much power I'm feeling from your abilities to help navigate people through this. I mean, like you ended up with a major arcana in the upright. Like you're very much part of this shift that's happening here. Tower, unplug and relax for a spell. Number 3. And there's like, I'm drawn to this T right here. This is making me think actually of the Temperance card. And not necessarily the Tower card. It's making me think of striking a balance to be able to connect. Because you see the Tower crystals are like, they have this shape so that the energy can be focused. And I feel this like focus connecting. And she's kind of replicating the Tower shape here. And 3 speaks to community, yeah. Oh gosh, unplug and relax for a spell. That's kind of what we were talking about, right? Like, I guess that's not really an example or a metaphor. I think that's really what your reading is all about, is like teaching people to unplug from technology and find connection and joy with the earth around them. Now I'm remembering I have to read this description for you. I think it's really important right now. Number? Oh, it's the F forged. Okay, so the card says, if you wait until the path is perfectly paved, you won't be forging your own path, and you'll likely not even take the first step. Don't let a small detail like being unable to find someone to show you the way be the reason you don't step forward and lead. Let it be the reason that you do. The most courageous and needed leaders are the ones who don't wait for permission or until the morning they wake up feeling ready. They take a deep breath, put one foot in front of the other, and figure it out as they go. They don't wait for someone to lead them, they lead themselves. This is a card for leaders. You're here to pave a path that hasn't been walked before, to go first and lead the way for others who are calling you in. If you feel misrepresented in the media, step forward for all those who also feel misrepresented. If no one's speaking out on the topics you feel passionate about, share your unique voice. There's no one on earth who comes close to possessing your unique combination of skills, gifts, and life experience. Don't look to those who have come before you to work out your path. Leaders must forge their own. Do it for your daughter. Do it for the younger you. Do it for the leaders who will follow. When you go first, you make it easier for others to follow your lead. Forge, don't follow. And the Starseed Soul Inquiry is, how are you being called to forge rather than follow? How can you be the leader you wish you had? And I love these phrases towards the end where they say, do it for your daughter, do it for the younger you, do it for the leaders who will follow. I think you don't think of leaders in that way. You always think of the leaders who came before, right? And the leaders that you look up to. But there are leaders that you are teaching right now, including yourself. You're teaching yourself to lead, but you're also teaching the next generation of future leaders, which, you know, like for me, that phrase is hard to get around. And I think it indicates to me the place where I'm keeping myself small. So I just wanted to share that as maybe meaningful to you too. If there's any kind of empowering statement that feels uncomfortable to you, that might indicate to you a place where you're keeping yourself small and you have potential to really expand in that area. Elder wisdom number 14. You are the elder now. And no matter what your age, you have the wisdom within you. You are forging leadership as an elder kind of personality, elder energy. You really have something that's mature and ready to be shared in the world to lead others. Nurture. This card has come up a few times in my past readings around this time, so it's pretty important right now. Giving yourself love, care, and encouragement, number 8. This is also kind of like that message. You leading yourself, not waiting for the leader. You also nurturing yourself, not waiting for the person to nurture you. It reminds me of something I said around here, the double, depending on external sources. dependency. Yeah, like resolving dependency. And for you, that message is resolving the need to like wait for others to kind of come and give you leadership or nurturance and care. You can do it for yourself, and it's not like a sad thing, like, like only you can do it for yourself. It's more like you've been waiting for yourself. Like you are the best person, the one to give you the nurturance that you've been waiting for, and you've been keeping yourself limited and small by giving that power to others, waiting for them to nurture you. But you have been waiting for yourself, your older self. Your inner child has been waiting for your older self, and only your older self, this whole time. Oh, a spiritual hug right here with the nurture. I love that. It almost feels kind of like final in your message. I think this is your last card. Yeah, a spiritual hug, number 19. Your guides are there too. Just remember, your guides are there too, giving you a spiritual hug. So it's not just you nurturing yourself. It's like your guides nurturing you through you nurturing yourself also. And yes, that's your complete message. So I'm wishing you so much love on that journey, hoping you continue to work with love as well. Thank you for any likes, shares, subscribes. Thank you for sharing your energy on this channel. If you're drawn to another card in the pick a card section, I'll see you in that reading. And if not, I'll see you next time.